What's good, y'all boys? This is the guy 102. Here we are. I saw a few of you guys asking for some offensive tips, what I do to read coverages. So here we are with that. I won't have my face cam on so you guys can see it. And then this is just the intro. You know, if you want to skip ahead and get straight to the video, you can skip ahead about 20, 30 seconds. And I won't be really talking about anything except, you know, exactly what like the coverages and stuff. Because I know if I wanted to watch a tip video myself, I wouldn't want to see a bunch of talking and stuff like that. But anyways, man, just want to say appreciate all the support in the last franchise. We got the Eagles franchise starting Monday. Hope I can get you guys to be back there. We'll be using the regular roster. And love you guys. Hope you're having a great day. And let's get to these tips, man. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. The first tip I can give you offensive wise is to figure out if you're going to be a heavy runner or a heavy passer. This tip video is more towards passers just because that's what I am primarily. I like to get back there pass pretty much every play. And then after that, it's just to find a formation that you like, that you're comfortable in. The easiest way just be to experiment around with different playbooks, different formations. Just find what you're best at and then go from there. Or if you just rather have fun, find what you have the most fun in and then go from there. But this video will be identifying some coverages and stuff like that. What I do to identify coverages pre-play and then also when I snap the ball. And then I'll be using I'm using the Carolina offense when I run bunch, what I ran for most of the last franchise. And not gonna lie, bunch is just the easiest formation to run on offense this year. If you want to be good on offense quickly, learn how to run bunch. It's probably your best bet. So I'm gonna show you guys what I do when I look forward to identify coverages, and then some couple coverage beaters that I will use. First off, we're gonna set up the audibles. I will leave space and switch in right here because it's a really good red zone play. If they're running any zone besides cover two in the red zone, one of those curve routes gonna get open. And then I get rid of the outside zone just because unless it's an inside zone, the run plays aren't very good in bunch. And then I'll replace that with flood, a really good play. You guys see me go that out route a lot. And then we leave Burt's right here, another really good play. And then we leave PA Dig Fort. And sometimes we'll switch out this right here if I feel like I can get bombs with this Y curl play, which I'm gonna do for just this video, just so I can show you guys some different beaters. But all right, y'all, first we're gonna be talking about man, which I feel like is the easiest one to identify, because right here, the defense is in a cover two man look, just everybody manned up, and then they have these two back zones, and then you see every receiver or every tight end has somebody lined up over them. So unless your opponent's disguising man, you can tell by that, just if everybody's in front of them, and if they are disguising it, this is all you have to do. Motion somebody over, you see them following, you see that it's just 90% of the time, man, I'm gonna move him right back right there. But you will see good players do this. You motion them over, and then they start moving, and they'll see his man, so they'll change their coverage to something else. You see guys, a bunch of guys moving like that, he stops following them, then you'll know it's not man anymore. And that's all I really look for when trying to identify man. And then the routes you want to use against man, I'm showing you this play. Both of these routes, these crossing routes are really good against man. The in route on Aaron Jones, in routes and out routes on running backs are really good against man. You have drags, you have slants, and then deep posts sometimes get open. It's better if you have a fast or a good receiver like the Devontae Adams out there, or you just have a fast receiver like Andy Isabella or any of those guys, because you know speed kills. And then these whip routes that you see R1 is on from Cobb are really good against man. Give you guys a couple examples right here. See, the whip route gets open right there. This deep crosser right here gets open. The slant to Lazard gets open. And then right here, this deep post to Devontae Adams, just absolutely post man coverage. That's pretty much all for the man beaters and what I do to identify man. I feel like it's most straightforward. It's the easiest coverage to beat unless you got somebody really good in man coverage. And if you're going against a good player, they'll run their man coverage like this and then user the deep middle themselves. So honestly, you want to attack the middle and then make their user have to make a choice. So like, for example, we go back to that deep post play to Devontae Adams. And then we can motion over this post to Cobb. So then both of those should get open against man, and then their user will have to make a choice on which one to go to. And then boom. That's really all you want to do against man. Next up, we'll be talking about cover two. Cover two can sometimes be hard to identify, but then for the most part, they'll have pretty much all the time when they're running cover two, you'll see two high safeties, but that could also look like cover four. And then you'll see the guys kind of, the cornerbacks are kind of pressed up a little bit more. But I find cover two is easier to identify after you snap the ball. So right here, boom, we snap it. And then as soon as we see those safeties are like kind of tilting to the right side, we can see them like going to the outside. We can see that they're in deep halves. Another tell that when most people run cover two, they know the outsides are weak because these safeties have to play the outside of the field and then the middle. So then they'll do this. They'll scoot their guys out like that. And that's pretty much always a tell that they're running cover two, just because they'll guard the outside. And against cover two, as you guys probably can see from the play art, you want to attack the middle of the field, especially if they're scooting their guys out. You want to attack the deep middle. But a lot of people run their cover two just like this, where they'll put this guy in the deep zone so they can't get beat over the middle. This right here is an example of just attacking the middle of the field, which is what you want to do. Boom, right there. You're straight up the seam, down the middle to Davante Adams. That's what you want to do against stock cover two. Just attack the deep middle, or you can attack the outside using this verge play right here. These wheel routes are just absolute killers against cover two. You motion it out, and then boom, you throw it, and you just wait for them to get past the soft cloud out right there, and that's just an easy touchdown pretty much every time. The easiest way to beat cover two are pretty much to get in these formations that spread the field out, like spread, these trips formations, or anything like this. And then you want to put triangle or the inside receiver right here. We'll be looking at Cobb on a flat route like this or out route like this. And then you want the guy farthest to the left that's right in front of the cornerback that's playing that cloud flat zone to be on the street. I prefer the flat routes. I feel like they work a little bit better. And what this does is make the guy that's in that cloud flat have to come down and guard the flat route a lot faster, leaving the streak open. And when you throw the streak, it should be open for a touchdown, but make sure you pass lead it to the outside by using the left stick. You can point the left stick in any direction you want to pass lead. So right here, we be pointing to the left to pass lead the outside of Lazard, just to make sure that safety can't get over there fast enough to get an interception. And right here, I'll show you guys an example of that. So boom, just look how fast that corner comes off to go guard the flat route, pass lead outside, and that's just an easy touchdown. Last thing we'll be talking about is about cover two is like this. So most players that run cover two, or that are actually good at running cover two, are running like this. They'll put him right there. Maybe put him also in the flat, and then put him also in the flat like this, and then use this guy right here. So against this defense, you probably won't get many deep bombs. You will have to dink and dump down the field because they're doing something what we like to call it double flatten or double mapling, or then they'll have a curl flat, and they'll usually set they'll have 1 on 5 yards and 1 on 20 yards just to completely cover the outside, and they'll use it in the middle themselves. I do this a lot. This is pretty much my base defense. And what you want to do in situations like this, you want to have route combos that make them choose something to use over the middle of the field. So right here, I will spread them out. I have the crossing going over the middle. I have that deep route out there just to last some bait, just to have something going deep. And then I'll have these two curl routes. So his user will have to make a choice. And you know, on Madden 22 next year, the users aren't that fast and they can't get everywhere. So right here, you snap it. Let's say he follows this over here. Boom. Easy dots to the guy right there. All right, boom. So we're in cover three. You got these three corners that's splitting the field into all 3 1/3, and you got these zones underneath. And the easiest way to identify cover three is to see if it's one high safety. If it's one high safety, it's either man coverage or cover three. Pretty much 100% of the time. Not even gonna lie. Not many people disguise other coverages with one high safety. So if you see one high, you can kind of set up your route combos. You want a little bit, like, let's say we got this route to Davante Adams. It usually gets opened up the seams, which cover three is weak against, and then maybe put a slant on the field. So we put R1 on the slant or something like that. Maybe a whip, just to make sure we got something that can beat man and cover three. But right here, like I said, you want to attack the seams against cover three. And cover three, it's honestly the best defense in the game in my opinion, but it's also the easiest way to get bombed. It's right here. They have that one inside guy. He's on the other side, so you want to attack the seams. That's just an easy touchdown to Davante Adams. Some cover threes also have 2 high safeties. So most people, they like this nickel 3-5 wide formation, for example, which is super popular. It's been super popular since last year. When they come out in cover three, it'll have 2 high safeties. So what you want to do to identify if it's cover three is after the snap, look at both the 2 high safeties. So we got Tyrann Mathieu, and I'm not sure exactly who that other guy is, but the guy over there, right back there with him, you want to look at both of them and see if one of them comes down like they're playing the zone, and then if one of the other ones is going to play the middle of the field, and that will automatically show you that it's cover three. is right here. We see the guy to the left coming down, so we want to attack that left seams because Tyrann Mathieu, he's playing in the middle of the field, but he's on the other side. He won't be able to get over there fast enough. So that's another way to easy way to identify. So just look, you see one of the guys coming down. Okay, it's cover 3. Boom. So the seams are the easiest way to beat cover 3. But like I also said, they can get bombed with plays like this. Whenever you do these deep posts, you want to put that outside receiver, the other outside receiver, on the out route or a corner route. For me, out routes in this formation work better than having corner routes. And then most of the time, that deep third guy over there, that cornerback to the right side, will bite down on the out route a little too long, leaving the deep streak wide open. When I run my cover 3 beaters, I like to put one of the guys on the streak just to occupy that inside third to make sure he doesn't just follow the post. And then again, like I said, have the out route right there. So boom, if you have the time to throw it, it's just like that, and it's an easy cover 3 bomb. Just be careful. Sometimes that DB will get back there fast enough, especially if it's a fast DB. So you just got to get used to the feeling, practice it a little bit in practice mode to see when you can and when you can't throw it. Next, we'll be talking a little bit about cover 4, and then that'll be it for this video. Right here, I'm going to show you how cover 3 with no deep threat will play a corner route. You guys see how the corner kind of matches on it? We still caught the ball, but that's just because the CPU. If you're going against an opponent that'll click on, that'll be an easy pick pretty much every time. But let me show you guys what happened if you put a streak on that same side to challenge that deep third cornerback deep. See, he follows it, and then the corner route's just a lot easier, a lot smoother. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you guys for cover 3. Cover 4 is just the DBs have split the field into fourths. It can be hard to identify sometimes, but this mostly comes with just identifying your opponent's tendency and stuff like that. As most people I see, they'll press cover 4 just to make it look a lot like man, and then cover 4 is probably the safest to press in. And then as you'll notice, when most of the time when their opponent presses in cover 4, the 2 middle safeties won't come up. That's a key identifier right there to identify if it's cover 4. Now I was going to reset it. Another way is you'll see how far back in base cover 4 the DBs are. That could be another way to identify it. But the easiest way is after you snap the ball. Like I said, as soon as you snap the ball, you just want to look at what your safeties are doing, how they're playing in the middle of the field. You see right here, they're backing straight back and setting towards the sideline. You see that, and then you see the outside corners bailing almost instantly. You know it's cover 4. Against cover 4, cover 4 is honestly really good against these tight formations because you can't really spread the field out. Because you'll see, and then you'll have these guys, they're cornerbacks right now, but sometimes they'll be linebackers, and they just have to get out there to the flats really fast, and you want to attack the outside. So for example, really good cover 4 play I use is this verge play out of bunch, and just motion out the wheel. And then that cover 4 zone won't play it. He'll bail almost instantly, so he won't play it. And it's up to that guy on the inside to get out there. So then boom, you snap it, and then it's just an easy dot. But make sure you pass lead it to the outside. Sometimes you'll get kind of bad run animation. Sometimes you'll get good ones. So boom, just motion them out. Make sure you pass lead it to the outside. It's just easy yards every time. Cover 4 can also easily get bombed. That's right here. We'll be going back to this PA dig fork play. And then you want to make sure you double team the outside guy just to make sure you get outside the pocket. Bombs are a lot easier once you get outside the pocket. So these kind of plays are really good with scrambling quarterbacks like Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Mahomes, etc. So right here, boom, we hike the ball. Just make sure the double team gets picked up. We can go ahead and roll out if we want to. And you can just see it's wide open, because that outside corner just doesn't play it, and that's an easy touchdown. That pretty much wraps up the main ways I identify every coverage, and then I gave you guys a little bit of a starter bunch offset in the Carolina playbook just to get you guys started on offense if you want to run this formation. Just see my thought process how I run it. And then the last franchise, it's the offense we used pretty much the second half of the season, got us all the way to the playoffs, won us the Super Bowl. So yeah, man, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. We've got the next franchise getting started. You guys will get week 1 Monday. We're rocking with the Eagles regular teams, and I'm excited to bring that to you. Love you guys. Appreciate all the support, and I'm out. Peace. Forgot to say earlier about cover 3 was that EA did a patch early in the year. You guys know how you remember the outside zones. They would have nothing challenging them deep, and they would just leave crossers and corner routes wide open. So EA patched it so they will play corner routes. So right here, we're looking to this crosser to R1, and just watch how that outside cornerback kind of plays it. Boom. You know, we still caught it, but they play it a little bit better now. But to make it like a even cleaner crosser, you want to make sure you put, if you're running a corner route or something, you want to make sure you have a streak on that side as well to make sure you challenge that corner deep, and then the corner or the crosser will be wide open. First, I'll show you the crosser right here, then I'll show you an example of a corner route. Boom, you see it's a lot smoother, a lot easier, and it's just an easy dot.